Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dork side. I'm the Dork on the road, and today I'm going to test ride this Ducati Multistrada V4. I'm the Dork on the road, and I want to be your internet riding buddy, so please consider subscribing. We are here at the Touratech Rally. Ducati has graciously provided the opportunity to test ride some of their off-road style bikes, and this is the Multistrada V4. This is a very fast bike. We're going to have it in low power mode, and it only has 125 horsepower. So this is an adventure bike that I've long been curious about, and it's one that a lot of people dismiss because 19-inch front wheel, because it's a Ducati, and nobody really, I think it gets a rap as not really having decent off-road chops. So let's see what happens, because this is about a 20-minute off-road test ride, so we're going to get a real sense of it. Beautiful display. We're in enduro mode today, so no rear ABS. We'll have some limited off-road traction control. I'm gonna remember my chin strap this time. It's got an adjustable windscreen that comes up just like that. Pretty awesome. I'm excited to see how it is. I mean, this is a very expensive bike, right? So of course it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, but is it really off-roadable, or is it just that's marketing hype, right? This is always the question. I think I was pleasantly surprised by the Scrambler when I rode it earlier. I found it more off-road capable than I was expecting. There's a link to that video right here. We're gonna get on the Multistrada V4 here and see how it makes us feel. So pretty excited. I will tell you, it is really easy to get my feet down, and this one does not have the low seat height. The one in front has the low seat. This red one does not. There's no rubber on the pegs, which is nice. Okay, standing position. I like the standing position. I like the standing position. This tank is huge and wide, but my knees lock in right behind it very comfortably. Okay, already it's, oh, I don't know if I want to say the phrase already, but confidence inspiring, question mark? Yeah, I don't know. If only I had the t-shirt, which is available on Teespring. I feel like and I don't know if it's psychological, but I feel like I can feel the smaller front wheel. That field is a cow pasture, and it's really potholy, and it's been a pain in the ass to ride around. It's like a huge washboard, so I was definitely feeling it more on this than I was on the others. I'm gonna have a little wind noise because I'm wearing goggles, but we're gonna get off-road really soon. Okay, let's see if we can get you out of the wind. I want to see what the screen actually does. Oh, it's quick. It's quick, and this is in low power mode. We're in enduro mode right now. We'll see. Oh yeah, this thing, I've been told, just carves up road like nobody's business. I don't know if that's in doubt. I think most people know that this bike is a fantastic street bike. I was just talking to Shaheem, the general manager of Moto Corsa in Portland, the Ducati dealership, and he was telling me about he took his V4 out on a track day and was just passing guys. Like, it's more than capable of carving up Twisties. So I honestly don't feel like I need an extended road ride to know that. The question in my mind is it actually a capable off-road adventure bike, or is it a tall street bike, right? Is it a GS, or is it a Versus 1000, which is just a street bike that looks like an adventure bike? So we're gonna find out. We're gonna do, it's some light off-road, it's gravel, there's some potholes, there's some mud. It's not the most difficult stuff, but it is definitely a good enough place to get a sense of how this thing is off-road. A lot of like test rides and stuff, like they throw a bunch of stats and figures at you, and I just know you can go to Ducati's website and get that. So I just want to tell you what it feels like to ride it, and you know, the impressions that I have. And if you know who I am as a rider, you know that I'm an intermediate off-road rider. You know, I like dual sports a lot. I've ridden a lot of adventure bikes. I had an African Twin. I've got a Norden and a Tenor right now, and so that's sort of where I'm coming from, is the kind of average everyday guy. And I'll tell you, the first impression on that score with this bike is it affordable for the average everyday person? I don't know that it is necessarily. It would have to be really amazing to justify the price tag. So, you know, that's a consideration. But if you want a Ducati and you want to know if this one can go off-road, I am going to hopefully find out. It's not the Desert X, and I know that they've acknowledged that there's a hole in their lineup, or at least a perceived hole in terms of off-road capability, and that's why they made the Desert X. All right, this is the off-road section. Here we go. Ducati Multistrada, changing Stradas. Last time on the Scrambler, I forgot to buckle my chin strap, so I got to hang back and catch up, which was nice. Standing position, it's very comfortable. I like where the bars are. Whoa, this thing is a beast, bro. Yeah, it's fast. I mean, not surprising considering the horsepower, but... So I'm gonna try to just keep it in second. Got some loose gravel. They got decent knobbies, the Pirelli Scorpions, but they seem to be the better knobbies. They're not the SCRs like what I had on my Norden and my Tenere. These are a little deeper, which, you know, if the Norden and the Tenere came with those, I probably would have kept them on longer. But yeah, so you got some traction. in the corners. Okay, I'm gonna say it. It's confidence inspiring. It's heavy, but it doesn't feel as heavy as it is. I do feel like just the tiniest bit, I can feel the difference with the 19-inch front versus the 20. It's just a little stiffer going into the corners and a little stiffer rolling over the bumps. Like I just feel the bumps a little more with the smaller front wheel, but it's not a deal breaker, and it doesn't make it any less capable for most people. I think if you're riding over a lot of big logs, that bigger front is nice, but for most average riders who are going to be taking this stuff on roads just like this, you're not going to notice a huge difference. Yeah, I couldn't get the front end up there. It's heavy. That's going to be a challenge. You got to get a little bit more of a little more warning on that. Traction control in enduro mode doesn't feel too aggressive. Basically sliding it exactly the amount that I want to. So it's enough to be fun, but not enough to be scary, which is what you're after, right? Let's lean it over, standing up. Yeah, I can get my knee into the tank pretty easily. Leaned over, standing up. Yep, yep, yep. You can feel the bumps, but it's not, you know, overly bottoming out the suspension. The bike doesn't feel heavy or floaty. I got all these, what I like to call forest whoops. Pretty washboardy, and it's smooth. Bend your knees and you barely notice it. Two things I expect when I get on a bike this big, and I think they're misconceptions, but I'm mentioning it because you might have them too. One, I expect it to be really heavy and unwieldy because it's a big bike with a big motor. I know it's heavy, and I think it's going to feel like a boat, right? And it does not. So it does not feel like a boat. It's a heavy bike. I'm aware that it's heavy, but it's not intimidatingly heavy in the way that I feel like the Pan America is. I definitely notice the weight on the Pan America in a way that I don't on this bike necessarily. And the second thing that I'm always wondering about, or in my head I think is going to happen, is big motor, lots of horsepower. It's going to feel like it's trying to pull my arms off, right? It's going to feel like it's trying to get away from me, and don't feel like that at all. It's smooth and easy to ride. I don't know that a true beginner should get on this, because you have to be able to not spend all your time thinking about what a big heavy bike you're riding and just ride, and you'll be okay. But if that's something that you can't get out of your head, you might have a harder time on a bike like this. I'm pleased with it. It is definitely more than capable on this kind of stuff. If you want to ride, you know, dirt roads and trails and stuff, with the occasional difficult section, it's going to have tons of power if you need to climb. It's, like I said, get you out of trouble power, which, you know, solves a lot of problems. When in doubt, throttle out. You just have to be willing to do that. And so if you spend your time thinking about how powerful and beastly the bike is, maybe you won't. I don't know. Comfortable. The seat's comfortable. It's a two-tiered seat. I can't move back and forth, so I don't know how comfortable that's going to be on a super long ride. It's a very cushy seat. I mean, you get what you pay for, and you're paying a lot, right, with the Ducati, for sure. Oh, it's grunty though. I would really like to get out and rip. I'm sad that we're putting, because I would love to see what this thing did just a little bit more unrestrained. That's what I get. I'm going to hold back a little so I can go just a little faster. Yeah, that TC is fun. It makes you want to do more dumb stuff, but it also, you're probably fine if you do. It's got you. It's got you. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a jumper. That's that off-road traction control. Sometimes it's set up so that it's kind of soft off the beginning, so you have some fine control. But if you really want to get into it, it'll give you a lot, and that's kind of what this feels like. Yeah, that TC is really good. It's keeping me in a straight line. Yeah. Oh, it's impressive actually. It's pretty impressive. Sorry, guy behind me. I know I'm making a lot of dust. I'm gonna try it sitting down. The Scrambler was not good sitting down. Yeah, this is not bad at all. No, this is impressive suspension. I'm impressed it doesn't feel floaty. You'd think a bike this big would feel floaty, but it's just like, nope. Oh, a bump, okay. And just keep going, keep going. Damn, okay, well, I'm impressed by how impressed I am. I've literally hated on this bike in the past. Been like, that's a street bike, it's not really for off-road, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the hell I was talking about, obviously. There's a lot of brand reputation stuff out there that gets in your head, and it becomes pervasive. And people who have never ridden a bike or never experienced it have all these preconceived notions that they're just repeating ad nauseum, and so it's hard to know what's actually real. So I always say, get out and test ride the bike if you can, if you have any interest in it at all. And yeah, so if you dismiss the Multistrada as a bike that you can't really take off-road or do anything off-roady with, I would say that's probably wrong. I think it's pretty good. You know, I'm not getting a sense of how it is on hardcore stuff, but from the way it's taking the bumps, the stuff I'm throwing at it now, it's pretty impressive. It is smooth. The power is smooth, the shifting is smooth. It's a very smooth bike. It feels very refined. Well, okay, I mean that in two ways. It feels refined in that the power delivery and everything is like, fine-tuned to the nth degree, but it also feels kind of raw and unrestrained when you do this. Like, give it a lot of throttle. It feels like, it's like, yep, let's go, all right, baby. Yeah, there's a lot of power there. It's fun. It's also just a ton of fun. Just that power, but also the security and knowing that you've got the ride modes and stuff taken care of you, but you have like unlimited power at your fingertips. It's pretty sweet. Oh, there it is. There it is. That was awesome. I hope I got that on camera. Basically, if you want a really fast street bike that's comfortable to ride and will also do off-road, this is a good one. The GS, the Tiger 1200, they're fast and fun bikes, but they're not like sport bike fast. They're just fast, right? This bike is sport bike fast if that's what you want, but you also want to be able to go off-road. I would say it's pretty unique in that sort of category, that very narrow niche. It's very much a Ducati. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. It feels head to toe like a Ducati. Everything about it feels Ducati. Premium, you know, probably a little temperamental. You know, it's very Italian. But I'm not even using the clutch right now. I'm just in second the whole time. Oh, yeah. That is fun, dude. So, yeah, I literally have not used the clutch at all. You don't need to. It just lugs in second like nobody's business. Up to, you know, what are we doing, 30 miles an hour? I want to get over one of these potholes. There we go. That was a little better. So, she's got the power to jump. I didn't feel like the Triumph did. At least not in the same way. I'm really starting to feel it. I think if I had about 2 hours on this, I could really do something. But in terms of, is it off-road capable? I would say it's off-road capable enough for 80% of the people that ride off-road, and probably 90% of the people that are interested in a Multistrada in the first place. I just think you know what you're getting yourself into. That was some sand. That wasn't too bad. Yep, the standing position is very comfortable. It's one of those bikes where I'd rather stand up than sit. The bars are in a great place. Easy to rest my knees. I like the foot pegs. Shifting, standing up, I would have to adjust the lever. The pedals are not where I'd like them to be. Feels pretty nimble, surprisingly nimble actually, for the side-to-side stuff. I don't hate it. It's not too tall. The standover height is nice. I think if you're worried about a super tall, super heavy adventure bike, this one is easier to manage than you would expect. It's that lemonade stand again. I feel pretty bad we haven't stopped for lemonade yet. Oh yeah, I was gonna try the quick shifter. Oh, it is smooth. That's way smoother than my Norton. Yeah, that quick shifter is nice, dude. Just hold it wide open and bang it up. Downshift just as easily. So I've been told it is one of the best in the industry. And again, it's that refined, that Italian refined gourmet, you know, just piece de resistance. So overall, fun bike, really fun on the street, capable enough, more capable than I expected off-road. I think I had a bunch of misconceptions that I have shattered, basically. So if you had the same misconceptions, just know that it's an impressive, fun, I was gonna say little bike. It is not little, and it is not slow. Holy, it is a blast to ride. You won't be bored. I'll tell you that. You will not be bored. Is it the most capable off-road bike in the world? No. Is it 70% as capable as many other off-road bikes? Yes. Is it as 100% as capable on the street? It's more capable on the street and more fun on the street, faster, sportier than any adventure bike I've ever ridden. I think my Norton's pretty fast, but it's not really designed for that like this bike is. So I know if you really get into it, probably this V4 is going to be a very fast, very fun street bike. And if that's all you wanted it for, you'd probably be pretty happy. But if you also want to take it off-road, you can. And I think you'll be impressed by what it does. And we're going to go over a bridge right now that's only for motorcycles here in Plain, Washington. It's my third time across it today, and it's fun every time. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at that river. Look at the boys in front of us. What a world, what a world. This bridge is like 100 years old. Look at it. It's held together by rust and, like, you know, prayers. If you have any questions about the Multistrada V4 that I can answer for you, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you own one or have comments on it yourself, I would love to hear them. Please leave them in the comments. If you've ridden one, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. And also let me know, did I change your mind, or do you still think it's just not that capable of an off-road bike? I'm curious. We're about back to the Touratech Rally, so I just want to again say a big thank you to Ducati USA for giving us this opportunity, to Shaheem and the whole crew at Moto Corsa for helping set it up, and for Touratech for putting on the rally and providing these opportunities for us. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you. And now the real suspension test. Yeah. Oh, this is actually the least bumpy it's been. No, that's actually really nice on this washboardy. That's surprising. Pretty easy to slow speed maneuver around like this too. That's pretty capable. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. What a beast. What a beast.